What's up, everybody? This is Blade123501 here, and my partner's here as well. And today we're going to be playing a Sonic CD ROM hack called Sonic CD
++ version.
Now, Sonic CD
++.
essentially is the same game, but it adds 2 new features. Well, actually 1.5, kind of. Anyways, the new feature it has is Sonic now has a homing attack, so he could home into enemies, or he could just use his dash. And I'll be using it a lot in this playthrough, so you'll definitely be noticing it. And the other feature, which really isn't a new feature, Sonic Spin Dash is now better. To go further into detail, in the original Sonic CD, in order to use the Spin Dash, you had to fully charge it up. Now, in any other classic Sonic game, you would not have to do this. So pretty much the Spin Dash in this hack is the one from Sonic 2 or 3, which is a welcome addition because I did not like the Spin Dash in the original Sonic CD.
Not that it really matters because no one really uses Spin Dash.
Yeah, very true, because in this game, Sonic has a new move that is called Super Peel Out, which is pretty much a better version of the Spin Dash. In order to use this move, pretty much all you gotta do is hold the up button and keep mashing the A button to charge it. Now, unlike the Spin Dash in the original Sonic CD, to use this move, you don't have to fully charge it. So pretty much this acts like the Spin Dash in this game.
Which why no one likes the original Spin Dash of Sonic CD.
So like I mentioned before, besides Sonic's new attribute, this is pretty much the original Sonic CD. The level design doesn't change at all. For better or for worse, that's up to you. Alright, so now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about our plans for this LP. So just like every other Sonic game we played on this channel, besides Sonic 2, we will be getting the good ending in this LP because, well, you gotta love that good ending.
And it's the right thing to do.
Exactly. Now, there are actually 2 ways to get the good ending in this game. The first way, which is the way I'll be doing, is you must find a pass sign. Once you do this, you must keep your momentum by running for a couple seconds. If you at any time lose your momentum, you will not be able to travel to the pass, and you'll have to go find another pass sign.
Now, if you do this right, you should get this cutscene.
We'll be seeing this a lot, so get used to it. Now, once you're in the pass, your job is to find and destroy the robot generators. You must do this for each 2 acts of every zone in the game. Do this for the first 2 acts in every zone, and you'll be greeted with the lovely good feature in Act 3.
And if you fail to complete this task, you'll be punished with the bad feature in Act 3.
That's the only way, so you can't destroy a robot generator in 1 act and not do it in the other act because you'll still get the bad feature in Act 3. Now, the second way to get the good ending in this game is by collecting all 7 Chaos Emeralds.
You mean Time Stones?
Oh, sorry, Time Stones, even though they look exactly like Chaos Emeralds, but that's beside the point. Just like Sonic 1, at the end of each act, there's going to be a giant big ring, and as long as you have 50 rings, it will be there, and you have to jump into it and do a special stage. More on that later. Now, just so you know, this is not live commentary, this is actually post-commentary, because when it comes to playing Sonic games, I cannot talk and play at the same time. There will be a lot of stuttering, and I might not be able to be 100% focused on the game, so I'll be getting hit a lot more than I need to. So, this is post-commentary, just so you know.
You know, whenever we go into the past, I never understood why the Sonic live counter changed into a P.
Yeah, I guess that's just P for pass, and I think if you go into the future, it'll change, the icon will change to F for future. I'm not 100% sure about that because we're not going to be in the future a lot. Oh, and if you did destroy a robot generator in the act, it will say Sonic made a good feature in whatever act you're in. I forgot what it says if you don't destroy it because I always get the good ending in this game. Do you remember on top of your head?
No, I know.
But anyways, here's the special stage. Now, in order to get the Chaos Emerald,
Time Stones,
is by destroying all the purple UFOs before time runs out. Now, if Sonic touches the water at all, the timer will start going down very fast, so whatever you do, don't touch water, alright?
it's not your friend.
Now, sometimes there will be blue UFOs that come out of nowhere when time runs out, and if you hit one, then you'll get more time, so that's always nice. I'm pretty sure every time the time limit goes below 20 seconds, a blue UFO will always appear, so if you don't like to hit a blue UFO, and then time 120 seconds again, another blue UFO will appear. So, really, if you're good enough, you can stay in this special stage as long as you want. Just watch out for the water, though, especially in later special stages where they're everywhere. But anyway, this is probably the only special stage I'll be going through because I don't want to go through all that hell. Quite honestly, I think it's way easier to destroy the robot generators than collect all the Chaos Emeralds.
Time Stones.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, it looks like you have an extended player.
Extended player? Why don't they just call extra lives? I hate when games do that. But anyways, now that we destroyed the robot generator for the first 2 acts, zones, sorry. For some reason, this game likes to call it zones instead of acts, I don't know why. So I'll probably be getting that mixed up a lot, so excuse me if I do. Anyways, behold the sexiness. That is Palmtree Panic's good feature, because we're able to destroy the robot generators in the first zones, so we're greeted to this magnificent view.
Hey, is that Eggman in a pig machine?
Yeah, very odd color choices.
Is that even a boss?
Yeah, one thing you notice in this game is that all the Eggman boss battles are beyond pathetic. Trust me.
Okay, that was the easiest Eggman boss battle in existence.
Yeah, you're probably right. But anyways, there goes Palmtree Panic. So, you know, it's just another Green Hill zone.
Get some flowers, bonus.
Hooray. Oh my god, I already got 100k. Wow. Anyways, here is our second zone of the game, Collision Chaos. By the way, watch out for the spike deck trap. That is like the dickest trap ever. You don't know how many times I spin dash into there and, oh hi, Mom Sonic, and I end up dying because of that cheap placement. Seriously, you could have just put blocks there.
So who's that pink hedgehog who just got kidnapped?
Well, that annoying hedgehog that you speak of is known as Amy Rose. So yeah, her first appearance is in this game, and pretty much she gets kidnapped, and now we must go save her, so we'll have her saved by part 2. I'm telling you, with the homing attack, this game will go by much quicker, seriously.
Is that much of a help?
Yeah, it makes it much easier and quicker to get around at these stages. By the way, let me just say that I love the Collision Chaos present theme. It's probably one of my favorite themes in the game. In fact, the whole soundtrack for this game is amazing. Sonic CD is one of my favorite Sonic soundtracks ever.
I agree.
As I'm sure most of you who've heard of this game know, Sonic CD has been split into 2 soundtracks for some odd reason. There are a Japanese soundtrack and the American soundtrack. Now, both soundtracks are great, but obviously I prefer the Japanese soundtrack. It wasn't obvious.
I like the Japanese soundtrack as well.
Yeah, the American soundtrack has some good themes, but it doesn't compare to the Japanese soundtrack. In my opinion, of course.
I mean, it's not a bad soundtrack, but I just like to prefer Japanese better.
Yeah, same. I'm sure there are some zones where I prefer the American soundtrack over the Japanese. None that I can really think of the top of my head. But I do recommend that you get both soundtracks to listen when you're playing this game, because, like I said, they're both pretty good. But Japanese better, though, just so you know.
What the?
Oh, yeah, I don't know why, but when I was playing through the game, yeah, this glitch sign popped up. I guess maybe it has something to do with the homing attack. So, I guess that's why it's all glitched out like that. I don't know. But anyways, now if you haven't noticed, I am actually playing both the Japanese and American soundtracks for this playthrough. Now for Act 1, I'll be playing the Japanese soundtrack. Act 2, I'll be playing the American soundtrack. And Act 3, I'll be going back to the Japanese soundtrack. Now the reason I'm doing this is because, first, those people who played Sonic CD on emulator, by the way, I'm playing this on a Fusion emulator. The only emulator you should be playing this on. Just saying. Anyways, for those of you who played Sonic CD ROM on an emulator, you'll know what I'm talking about right now. Whenever you download the ROM for Sonic CD, Japanese or American version, doesn't really matter, you'll notice that there's separate files for the music because the music isn't into the game, with the exception of the past musics, which is why for the American soundtrack and the Japanese soundtrack, the past musics are the exact same thing because they were already coded into the game, I guess, so they couldn't really take it out. So that's why the Japanese and American soundtracks have the same past themes. But as I was saying, so if you do download the Sonic CD ROM, it will come with the music, and you gotta have them in the same folder as the ROM is in, or else the music won't play in the stage. Now, what I decided to do with this is, I decided I'm going to be editing in the both soundtracks, just so you know we can get the best of both worlds, for those who prefer the American or Japanese soundtrack. So yeah, that's why I decided to do that. I just edited the musics in. So, yeah, right now there's really no music playing. I just edited it in, and that's why there is music playing right now. So, yeah, that's just something with the Sega CD emulator, I guess. I don't know why it does that, but it does. I actually do prefer the Stage Complete theme for the American version over the Japanese.
So do I.
See, so there are some tracks I like better in the American version than Japanese, for some of you who thought I might have been lying earlier. With that said, here is Zone 3 of Collision Chaos.
Wow, we're getting through this game pretty fast.
As usual, we have our lovely good feature because I destroyed the robot generators. So, yay for that. And it looks beautiful as usual. But anyways, here is our second boss of the game, and,
wow, you cheated, didn't you?
One word, dude. Homing attack. It's gonna make us go through this game so fast. But seriously, I hate this boss. It's actually my least favorite boss in the entire game because it could take between 19 seconds to like 5 minutes. It all depends on luck. But I did have the homing attack with me, so that made my life a lot easier.
By cheating.
Shut up. Hey, look, for once I'm actually using the spin dash.
Wow, this is surprising.
So yeah, there's proof that the spin dash does function differently than the one from the original Sonic CD. You don't have to fully charge it to use it, which is obviously the better version, if that's a good way of putting it. Sorry, that's kind of what sprang to my mind at the moment. So yeah, anyways, once again, we're ready at the third zone in like 10 minutes.
Well, this is South Edge we're talking about, so you should be able to speed right for this game very fast.
Or, you know, the newly featured homing attack, that also helps too.
Sure, that too.
Well, actually, there is a reason why we're getting through this so fast. You know, besides homing attack, of course. Sonic CD, unlike all the other classic games, it focuses more on exploring than, you know, going from level to level. That way you can find the robot generators easy, so if the levels are larger, it'd be harder to find the robot generators. So yeah, that is actually the reason why we're getting through this so fast, because if you know where everything is, then you can speed through this game in under an hour, which we do, of course.
Okay.
But with the homing attack, we should be able to get through this game under 50 minutes. That's the goal anyways.
Wow, this place looks terrible.
Yeah, no kidding. I guess in the past, this place used to be an ordinary cave, and then I guess Eggman might have turned it into an underwater base or something along those lines. I don't know, that's just my weird theory. But anyways, there's the robot generator already, so we can just speed through this act. One thing I don't really like about Tempest, and it's not really the stage's fault, more like the game's fault, is that since Sonic CD is a bit slower than other Sonic games, when you're going underwater, it makes Sonic even slower than before. So, thank God we have the homing attack, because if we didn't, we'd be here for much longer, because in this game, whenever Sonic is underwater, he is so slow. Like, so slow it's not even funny.
Ready for the homing attack.
Yeah, thanks to this awesome new feature, we're already in Zone 2 of Tidal Tempest.
It's really called Act 2.
Well, if you haven't noticed, Sonic CD likes to kind of be the oddball in the classic series. I mean, it does so many things different, it's not even funny.
Like the milliseconds on the time counter?
Yeah, I don't know why that's included either. I think this is the only Sonic game ever to have milliseconds on the time counter. I guess because of the Sega CD, and Sega's trying to say that the Sega CD will be the next big tech console, even though this was debatably the only good game on the Sega CD. I'm sure you guys noticed how Sonic just stopped dead in his tracks by that spring for a split second. That leads me to another problem the Sonic CD has for the Sega CD version, which is the collision detection. In this version, the collision detection is pretty bad. There are literally times when you're just running at Sonic, and when you get to a slope or something, you just stop dead in your tracks. It can kind of be pretty annoying, especially if you're trying to get to the pass, and then when you stop dead in your tracks, and then your momentum is gone, which means you fail to go to the pass. Oh, I kind of forgot about these. What I just destroyed was a Metal Sonic hologram. Alongside robot generators, they appear in the first 2 acts of every zone, and if you destroy them, then pretty much animals start to appear on the stage. That's pretty much all it does. It does not affect the outcome of the good feature or bad features, so I will not be going out to destroy all of them, as you probably already noticed. But if I do come across one, I will destroy it, but it impacts nothing in the storyline. Although, if you're playing the Xbox 360 and PS3 version, you get an achievement, so, yay?
Well, I guess for some purpose.
Anywho, that leads me back to what I was talking about earlier. So, yeah, there are multiple versions of Sonic CD, if you weren't aware, which I'm pretty sure it's only 2 of you. Sonic CD is also available on Xbox 360 and PS3, like I just said. It's also available on the mobile version, and I'm sure there are some... Oh, and PC. Now, the best version of the game is actually the mobile version. Yes, I'm not lying, a mobile version is actually the best version. I tell people that, and they don't believe me for some reason. Come on, guys, not all mobile games are bad. But yeah, the reason why I say this is because Christian Whitehead adds a lot of extra features to the game. One that I really like is they add the both Japanese and American soundtracks, so you can switch between them. That is probably my favorite feature. And it has a level select, which I think you can get in the regular version, but in that game you have to unlock it. And it has a lot of cool features as well. Like, for example, it actually does fix the collision detection. That applies to the Xbox 360 version and PS3 version. I'm not really sure about the PC version. I think that's just a straight port from the Sega CD, so I wouldn't really recommend the PC version. Oh, that's a surprise. And also, for some reason, the water in that game is clear. So pretty much, if you're playing Tidal Tempest and you went underwater, Sonic is the same color, so it looks like you're not even underwater at all. It's kind of weird. I don't know why it does that. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I've never seen that version.
If you play the PC version, you guys know what I'm talking about. Or at least seen a video on it. But anyways, yeah, bottom mode version of Sonic CD, that's the one I recommend. They also have Sonic 1 and 2, so that's also pretty nice. All made by Christian Whitehead. By the way, still waiting for that Sonic 3 port, guys. Come on, you gotta do it. This is like my favorite Sonic game. Also, do Nickels can't acquire at it because, you know, you did Sonic CD, so hey, why not? But hey, that's enough of missed opportunities. Anyways, here is our third boss of the game, the Tidal Tempest boss.
Are you gonna feed this boss with feast nice like the other bosses?
Well, not quite. You'll see what I mean in a couple seconds. So, normally to defeat this boss, you gotta make all the air bubbles go away, and then finish him off, but thanks to the almighty ability that is the homing attack, this boss will now be defeated earlier than scheduled. Thank you, homing attack. Not that Eggman had a chance to begin with, because, seriously dude, air bubbles as a shield. Are you trying to help me?
Why? See, Eggman's really trying to go all out.
Yeah, I know, right? Anyways, this has been Tidal Tempest. See you in part 2 for Quartz Quadrant.